What's going on, all you fantastic people? I'm Matt.
And I'm Vanessa.
And today we're going to be talking about Phantom Thread.
Yes.
Finally.
Finally. It's about time.
Which stars Daniel Day-Lewis and Vicky Krieps. I'm probably mangling that, but that's okay. Phantom Thread is set in 1950s London, where the famous fashion designer and dressmaker extraordinaire Reynolds Woodcock goes about his structured and meticulously planned life. That is, until one day he meets Alma, a young and strong-willed woman who is determined to make herself a fixture of his world. Although Reynolds falls in love, he finds her presence to be slowly throwing off the balance of his routine, thereby throwing off the balance of his life. Now, this is a film that we've actually been looking forward to for a little while, ever since we learned that Daniel Day-Lewis was once again teaming up with Paul Thomas Anderson, because of course they did There Will Be Blood, which is one of my favorite films. I love that movie.
It's fantastic.
And I wasn't too sure of what to expect with Phantom Thread. Wasn't too sure of what we were getting into. The trailers don't give away too much. But I can say that this movie does not disappoint.
It does not. No, of course, you don't really know what to expect, so it's hard to actually have expectations for it to disappoint. So I'm glad I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, well, I had somewhat high expectations just because it's Paul Thomas Anderson teaming up with Daniel Day-Lewis, or just anything that Daniel Day-Lewis does. I'm like, it's got to be great.
It's gonna be great.
And from the get-go, I will say the directing, speaking of Mr. Paul Thomas Anderson, the directing here is wonderful. The shots, the angles.
Every part of it, the
darn near
cues, it's fantastic. It's so good.
Yeah, and being a film set in the 1950s and about a dressmaker, the set designs, the sets, the costumes,
oh my
it's all
goodness.
marvelous. The filming locations.
What I think they really banked on are using smaller, rooms. Instead of using, big banquet halls, big set pieces. They kind of stuck to a smaller set piece, but they really had attention to detail. And I really love some of these dresses in this movie.
Yes. And of course, Daniel Day-Lewis, he's fantastic. He nails it again.
The acting is spectacular.
Yes.
In this movie. And Vicky Krieps, I've got to hand it to her. She is able to hold her own. Going up against...
Across from, yes.
She's not going up against. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Mono.
But she is so great.
Yeah, and I don't really know anything about her. To my knowledge, I haven't seen a film besides this with her in it, but she is fantastic in this movie. And I really hope that Daniel Day-Lewis isn't serious about retiring, because I love watching this man work, and he just takes on these roles so seamlessly and just knocks it out of the park time and time again. But of course, that was to be expected. What we didn't really know about was the story, and the story is interesting because the way that I look at it, the way that I walked away from this movie was, I view it as a film about control. This movie centers around a power struggle, in my opinion.
I feel like it's even a personal struggle with control. You know, you have somebody who's got routine and structure, and then you throw somebody else into the mix, and maybe they don't have the same routine or the same structure. It's not an uncommon. It's not an uncommon problem.
Right.
But I think that the way that they do it here, it's almost kind of in a vague sense. They don't try to overwhelm you with, anything.
Right, and unfortunately we can't talk too much about the plot without spoiling the film, really. So we're kind of tiptoeing around it. But for all the grace and elegance that this film presents to the audience, there is a dark undercurrent lying beneath it. It's not overwhelmingly dark,
it's a
but
bit
it's
complex
right under the surface.
And at some parts, it's kind of strange.
It does drift into strange territories, and this movie is not going to be for everybody. It really isn't. I think that some people are going to be bored. Some are going to be confuddled by the plot, or think that it takes too long to really get going. But I feel like this film is about this relationship and about a man and a woman trying to gain the upper hand in this relationship. And I thought it was intriguing. I thought it was fascinating once I started to piece it together for myself.
Right, and I feel like it's their bond together. They're trying to get the upper hand, but still realizing how much the other person wants to kind of be with them, or trying to get them to that point. Yeah.
There's a give and take, and in
Yeah.
this movie, the give and take is on this strange level. Like you said,
Yes.
once again, we can't go too much into it, but it is fascinating.
It is
Once
very
again, it's
fascinating.
not going to be for everybody, but I enjoyed it. I don't think it's on the same level as like a There Will Be Blood, but I did enjoy this film. I'm going to give it an A-.
I don't know how badly I'm gonna want to see this movie again, but I am very glad that I went out and saw it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a B as well.
A B as
I'm
well.
sorry, a B.
A B. I remember giving it a B. I do recommend this film though. I do think it is worth going out and seeing at least once. I mean, or if it's not really your kind of movie, you can wait. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're more on the wait for it kind of side.
I think you can wait for it.
I think it'd be worth checking out before awards season, before the actual Academy Awards, I should say. But yes,
Really good to look at. Really nice to look at.
and the
Really pretty
acting,
to look like.
the acting is fantastic.
Yes.
But of course, if you have seen Phantom Thread, let us know what you thought about it down below. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our awesome movie reviews, hit the subscribe button, I believe, right here. And of course, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. And of course, as well, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you fantastic people next time.